My name's Steve Crown. I am continuing on with my IRONCLADS FLYERS project, which is a military naval war game system, miniatures war game system, based on the Space 1889 RPG system. What I'm focused on is creating my versions of the USS Monitor, the USS Virginia, and the H.L. Huntley of the American Civil Wars. That's what this series is about, primarily. I've done everything that I need to do to set up. So the only thing I need to do now is actually start designing the warships. So, I gotta create a data sheet. And we're using ink this time. Okay. So, okay, and the first one I'm going to be working on is the Attacker. With my glasses on, it looks like this is really dark and this is very light. But without my glasses, it looks the same. Don't know if that's the light or since I don't use the ink very much. That might be an issue there. Ink flow. I think I bought this pen like a year or two ago. And I haven't used it that much. So, again, Pentel. It's a good quality pen. Most other pens would explode by now. And Pentel pens don't explode. Not as frequently as other brands. Movement is a single digit number, and just making a little bit of space here for 10 knots, 30 knots, whatever. Let's see here. Engine size. Again, 8.5 by 11 paper. This is 10. This 8 by 10.5. So it's a standard size notebook paper for America. What kids use in high school and elementary school and middle school. Well, maybe not elementary school, but in middle school and high school. This is common notebook school paper. 8.5 by 11 notebook paper. I would have more space. Put it halfway there and still have, you know, room for the knots and movement. PW. Speed. All size. And knots. Coil bunker. Exercise. Bunker weight. Engine weight, I think. No, engine size. Engine size. Endurance. Because you have two different type of engines. You got the conventional engine and you got a four-stride engine. And so the conventional engine is 10 tons per horse engine size. The four-stride is 5 tons per horse size. Cool bumper and then armor. And then total weight. And then total costs. And then we go with belt armor. Value. Armor type. Actually, belt type, not armor type. Armor type would be like crop, Harvey steel, nickel, iron. Belt weight. Belt type is midship, full belt. This means I'm not going to put armor on here because that's is a mistake on my part. It's not a change of system. I'm going to continue the pattern. Because it is full, it's obviously the rest of the data here is down here is armor, so it doesn't really need the belt armor. Right one. Deck armor. Value. Of course it's value. Value is the first thing that's going on around the armor. And hull size. And deck weight. And then it's battery, right? Battery armor. No, there are various different types of battery armor. battery armor and deck armor come in, and bulkhead armor come in different styles. Okay, for example, okay, so using this ship as an example, deck armor can be actually the main deck here. This is not a deck, that's a superstructure. And deck armor is at the waterline. During this time period, during the age of sail, during iron and steam, the deck armor was typically up here, but they were also adding deck armor at the waterline. Battery armor would be this superstructure here, but would also be this gun deck. Now, this is a very poorly drawn warship. This would be a battery armor. At the bow, this could be an armored battery also. This has a ram on it, so chances are this bow this could be armored or it may not be armored. But that would be a battery gun. These would be battery guns. Typically, the deck line here would be 5 feet above the water line. Instead, this is it's not. Well, the water line is fluctuates. It's so then your bulkhead armor would be the front side. So the gun deck of the World War I ships that you see, like a HMS Hood and research summary. One of the first deep sea submarines, non-military. Tugboats. So much material goes into military warfare. Okay, here we go. That would be a battery. Let me see what I can. Okay. These guns would be batteries. This would be battery armor. You have two layers here. This would be gun. This would be a gun battery. Von der 10. This should go back. Okay. Goldman, that's German. So these are gun decks here. These gun ports here. That's a gun battery, and that would be armored battery. Again, down here, we got gun battery, battery gun. Looks like there's 3 guns over here. That looks like that's angled, and they're pointing in that angled direction. Gun deck, which is, yeah, these the gun level just above the main, just below the main deck. That's called the gun deck, and that is also known as a battery. That is, so these guys were what, 1905, 1909, 1911, 1912, 1917. German and Japanese battle cruisers. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go with something a little bit more American Civil War. Okay, here's a Corvette. Here's an example of a superstructure battery armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have the main turret, and then you have the, and then this also has a gun deck. It's very hard to see, but that might be a gun port. Gun. I see a barrel right there. So I think that's gun port. 1897. A main deck, gun battery. 1, 2, 3. And then you got these minor guns. A gun deck below the main deck. This is the main armament. .13-inch guns and 10-inch guns. I think this Corvette, these are the main turrets on the broadside. And then you have, this would be the 10-inch guns there then. And it says 4. So you have a broadside, the main gun broadsides, and then you have 2 twin turrets here, I think, on the back. One on the port side, one on the starboard side. That's what it looks like. These are torpedo boats. Torpedo boats, submarines, submarines. Now, my version of Huntley, this is going to be a propulsion, will be steam powered. So the draft, it's actually going to be deeper. The spar tube is going to be replaced by torpedo tubes, which didn't self-propelled torpedoes, which did not exist at that time. Let's see here. What else? And everything else basically stays the same on my design. Let's see here. Well, so that's what the battery is. And so let's get done with this. Oops, wrong pencil. Actually, wrong pin, right pin. Battery armor is value. Hull size. Turrets. Maximum. Nope, nope, nope. Wait. These values, these, okay. So that'd be the maximum. Okay, so hull size, which is 4. Subtract turrets, which is 0. The maximum would be 4 gun. Times 4, and times 2 would be the total guns. And then the actual size of the battery. The actual number of guns in the battery. And then you have your battery weight. Bulkheads. Bulkhead armor. Value. Okay. All size. Bulkhead weight. Primary turret. Most warship designs do not have a primary and a secondary turret, but some warship designs did. I don't put X here because that's supposed to be in pencil. It gets erased. The X is more important than the text. So, especially when I'm creating the documents. Now, once I'm done with the text document, the paperwork, I would put them continued on back or continue on next page and theming. The fluctuation is on whim, project per project. We need to go down here for 3. Now, it helps me understand where I need to go here, so that's why I do that. Oops. Name. Type. Player. Armament. Weapon. Placement. Firing arc. Oh, I used to put field of fire. That's why, okay. And costs. And then on the bottom here we have total armament costs. Okay. Ship name is Attacker. It is a coastal defense monitor. Nope. Broadside Ironclad, correct. Broadside Ironclad. Now they also have, which is BSI. But they also have Broadside Ironclad Rams, which is RBSI. So player Stephen D. Quirren. I'm not going to mess around with the armor yet. I'm trying to figure out what that is. What I'm going to be using there is, I'm thinking I'm going to go with a small 6-inch. The data that I have on my that's the measurement. So the data that I have on the Virginia is 7-inch guns, 6-inch guns, and 9-inch guns. I just may go with the 6-inch guns, which would make it a cruiser. And not a very good 9-inch guns would be given a battleship level armament. This is the 1880s, so 9-inch gun in 1880s is a substantial weapon system. Well, in the 1880s, the 9-inch gun got relegated to cruiser class size guns. So, but back in the 1860s, the 9-inch gun would be a battleship class size gun. So, so in the 1880s, these would be more like cruisers than actual battleships. The hull size of the mast it's going to be a deep draught soil mass and being like, so I have calculated it to be 9, which means you can go up to 250,000 tons, 2,250 tons. Now the maximum, so this would be mass 9 would be a mass ratio of 3. Would be 3/1. The maximum is 8 plus 7 over 1. for my UTC, oh, this is pencil, okay. I wrote this using 0.5 inch. This is now 7 inch, 0.7 inch. My UTC is a 5/1 design. Okay, so if it's 5/1, that'll be mass 20. At 200, yeah, that'd be mass 20, which would equal to 250, 500. 5,000 tons. Yeah. Okay. Attacker. Broadside Ironclad. ERHER. Stephen T. Quirrell. Nationality, Community. Which means it's not trying to duplicate anybody. This is my own dilly-dally. This would be the Attacker class. That's a hull size 4. Length is 200 feet. No ram. All cost 10,000 per hull size, so that's 40,000. Length is 200 feet. Technically, it could be 151 plus. Mass. Don't know yet. Draft, deep. Definitely is going to be deep though. So it's going to be mass is going to be between 3 and 5. Propulsion conventional. All size 4. Movement 2. Belt type, full. All size 4. All size 4, no turrets, maximum is 4, total 8. Actually size is 2. We have 4 guns. Bulkhead hull size 4. Hull size 4. Turrets. There is no turrets. Okay. Now the guns they used were smoothbore or rifle guns. Wait a minute. Low-powered rifle guns or smoothbore guns. So they would be under this. So a 6-inch gun would be 80 tons penetration for at close range and 2 at long range. Damage value 6, which is rate of fire 1. You fire, then on one turn, the next turn you're reloading, then you fire on the third turn. Turret is 2 tons, not tons, but 2. Range is, short range is 4 cables, long range is 8 cables. That's most important. For 7-inch guns, it's 200 tons. Range is 5 cables and 10 cables. For 9-inch guns, it's 250 tons. Range is 5 cables, 10 cables. For these, for the modern breech loading guns, which I'm going to be using on these guns, size 6 is 100 tons. Range is, where am I? 5 cables and 10 cables. 7-inch guns would be 200 tons. 6 cables and 12 cables. 9-inch guns would be 400 tons at 7 cables and 14 cables. And their rate of fire is 1 per, you have takes fire 1 round, 1 turn, next turn you reload, your next turn you can fire again. And you can, on 1 turn you can fire on your turn or on the opposing player's turn. On your face or your opponent's face. And then you have to return. The next turn you're reloading, and then on the 3rd turn you can fire on your turn, on your face or the opponent's face. So damage value 6, damage value 7, damage value 9, 6, 7, 9. Uh, 80, 140, 140. Oh, I'm. 80, 140, 250. So these breech loading guns are heavier. They got better penetration. And they have better range. And their damage value is pretty much the same. Let's see here, the costs for a breech loader is $1,000, $2,000, and $4,000, $800, $1,000, and $3,000. So the old low power guns or rifle guns would be cheaper. Nine-inch smoothbore guns, just standard cannons, 60 tons, penetration 1, which is yoke, damage value 3, rate of fire 1. You can fire on your turn, on your phase. On turn 1 you can fire on your face or the opponent's face. Turn 2 you can fire on your face or your opponent's face. Turn 3 you can fire on your face or your opponent's face. Maximum range is 2 cables, 4 cables, and it costs $1,000. Yeah. So I'm going to go with modern breech loaders at 6. Okay. So 6-inch B. I don't know. I'll show you why that. Okay. So let's see here. Modern day breech loaders. It says B. Okay. Get in there. Then you have your oil-powered, which is O, low-powered rifle guns, which came out in the 1860s, 1880s. Correction, 1840s, 1860s. Yeah. Oh, yeah. These would be 1840s, 1860s weapon systems. They're classified as O. And then you have your breech loaders, smooth bores, which is your standard cannons of the age of sail cannons, up to 1840s, 1860s. And they are known as SBs. These are classic cannon designs. You have quick firing guns. These would be the Gatling gun, your pom-poms and the HRCs, a Hitchcock revolving cannon, Hotchkiss, sorry, Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, I do not like horror. I do not like the psycho thrillers. Hotchkiss, yeah, revolvers. Okay. That's the QF guns. These are known as machine cannons. And then you have your machine guns, which is your standard, which was the Gatling gun. Now the Navy Gatling gun was 1 inch, which sucked compared to the 50 caliber man-based Gatling gun. And then you have the Mitrailleuse. That's the Italian. You have the Nordenfeld 5-barrel guns and the Nordenfeld 3-barrel guns, which is a variation of the Gatling gun design. Nordenfeld right there. So you have, and these would be called NGs, and these are called QFs. Weight is 100 tons. Costs. $1,000. Bow, forward arc, 6-inch B stern, aft, six-inch B port, 6-inch speed, put forward. Bow size on it, and then you have the port aft. This also be port six-inch speed starboard. Bow. This is a starboard and at 100. And then, 6-inch speed starboard. Started. Well, yeah. Fore, aft, starboard, fore, aft, so this is on a wing sponson. So you have a forward arc, got a port and a starboard arc. What does that do to me? In addition to its battery guns may be mounted alongside. Some suits include an armored battery, for example. Most battery guns may only fire into the broadside. Each side, however, may have either one wing sponson or two corner sponsons. A wing sponson fires into the bow and stern aspects, as well as the broadside aspect. So I'm doing, instead of the port side, I'm orientating it this way, and I'm orientating it that way. So the a four corner. Okay, wing sponson fires both in the bow and the stern aspects as well as the broadside. A forward corner sponson fires into the bow and the broadside. Aft corner fires in stern and the broadside. And we're talking about this. Got the broadside, and so this is starboard, this is port. Okay. So the wing sponson, the bow wing sponson goes this way and this way and that way. This way and that way. Mounting a weapon in an armored turret increases cost by 20. Okay, percent. Mounting a weapon in an armored sponson increases cost by 10%. In addition to turret guns and battery guns, a ship may also have light guns, as defined as quick-firing guns, HRCs, and pom-poms, and machine guns or Nordenfelds. A ship may have up to 2 light guns per hull size. Light guns are never armored, for example. Okay. So you can have on this ship 8 machine guns, or 8 quick firing guns, or 4 machine guns and 4 quick firing guns. So you can have a total of 8 of these, or a total of 8 of these, or 4 of these and 4 of these. In addition to whatever's going on, and I'm not doing that. So, end cost goes up 10%. So that's $100. So instead of okay. I gotta clean this erasure again. That little black spot ain't going anywhere else. It's here to stay. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. Okay. So we have bow, wing sponson, stern, wing sponson, and then we have so the total cost of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6,200.00. Okay, we're going to, okay, we'll just do that. Tonnage is 100. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 tons. Okay. Canadian Navy. QLS Attacker. Calculation sheet. So, how are we going to do this? Total armor weight. And then we have armament weight. This equals the total ship weight. Okay, the mass. That'd be mass. Okay. So, okay, so to calculate the deepness of the deep drop is mass is greater than hull size 2. All size times 2. So hull size times 2 is 8, so mass would be 9 minimum. Now I also do hull size 5 times. So mass would be 20. So mass 9. Eight times 250 is 2,000. So that would be mass 9, which is tonnage. Two 2001 to 9. This is 2,500. Nope, 2,250. Mass 20. Tonnage. Is 250 times 20, 5,000. 19. $18 and 22. Nope, 0574. Okay. $4,751 to 5,000. So total armor weight is 600 tons. Oops. You're at 1 hour and 29 minutes. Yep. looks like that the screen is broke on that section. Yeah, 29 minutes. Okay, so let's see here, what else do we have played with? Not that one. Okay. So, 6 to 10 knots. All size 4. Okay, so we have PW1, PW2, so we have a PW between 1 and 4. Hold on. Max speed is 10 knots. Which is movement 2. I actually used the term movement allowance, but I'm going to just. So, hull size 4. That's plus 4 speed. Wait, no, that you put. Speed plus 4. So, PWs. PW3, PW1 is 3. PW2 is PW3 is 5. And PW4 is speed 6. So this would equal to 7 knots. 8 knots. 9 knots. And 10 knots. Okay. Okay, speed is a function of power to weight ratio, PW, and length of the hull. The higher the PW and the longer the hull, the faster the ship. Multiply engine size by 1,000 and divide the total tonnage of the ship to determine the ship's PW. Okay. Ship's ton. Okay. PW equals the quantity of engine size times 1,000 divided by ship tonnage. So let's do this again. So, therefore, we have 2,250, and we also have 5,000. To get a PW1, you have to have engine size 3. In order to, at 2,500 tons, 2,250 tons, at 5,000 tons, you need to have ES5. At speeds at PW4, you need to have that's 4, that's 28, that's 10,000. You need to have an ES of 10. At 5,000 tons, you need to have a ES of 20. So you're looking at between this is mass 9. And this is mass 20. At mass 9, engine weight is 3,000. Let's verify this. Propulsion system. Selecting engine size. The size of the engine multiplied by 10 is its weight in tons. Starting about 1885. Steam engines of a new, more modern type came to use. These were called four-strut. These were more compact and efficient than conventionals, but also more expensive. If building a vessel with four-strut, all calculations are the same except the weight of the engine is 5 times its size. So instead of size 3 engine would be, for conventional, is 30 tons. A size 3 four-strut engine would be 15 tons. A size 3 conventional engine is 3,000 pounds, and a four-strut engine is 6,000 pounds. And cost. So engine weight. Yeah, okay, engine weight is 30 tons. Okay, sorry. It's 10 tons, okay. So, engine size, because we're looking at 30 tons. Okay. Penetration 5. Okay, let's see it. Okay, types of damage. A gun hit destroys one gun. If the firing gun has a damage value greater than 1, all additional hits are crew hits. The gun hit this. Okay, hull hit. Okay, oh, here we go, armor penetration. Each gun also has a penetration value which is important against armored targets. The use of the gun has two values separated by a slash. The first larger value is its penetration at close range. The second smaller value is its penetration at long range. If the armor value of a target exceeds the penetration of the gun, half the gun's value damage. Okay, so the 6-inch gun has a 5.3. If the armor value exceeds the penetration, so 6.4 will half the value. If this results in a fractional hits, a die roll determines that the hit takes effect. With a roll of 1 to 3 having no effect, and a roll of 4 to 6. For example, a gun with a normal damage value of 3, but which hit an armor thicker than its penetration, will have a damage value of 1.5. If a result that called for 1 hit per damage value, it would cause 1 hit automatically and a second hit on roll of 4 to 6. If the armor value is more than twice the penetration of the firing gun, the gun has no effect. So at 5.3, more than twice, that's 10. It has to be 11 for no effect, and 7 for no effect. So a 10.6 would have the value of the attack. Okay. Armor. So, last thing. There it is. Okay. Oops, I need to. Your turtle has an ear issue. It comes and goes. All the sisterhoods have an ear issue. It comes and goes. They can't chew. They can't eat critters. Baby mice, baby rabbits, baby birds. They can, they'll chew on it. They can crush the bones and stuff, but that's about it. If you want, you have to actually cut it open so they can actually get into the innards. Calculations. Okay. Um, 6-inch B. Modern breech loading gun. There it is. That's it, the 6-inch V gun. Yeah, let's do that. Modern breech loading. Okay, so let's take a look at what's important. Penetration. By 3. Range. .510. turret. Is 2. Although there is no turret value, there's no turret on this gun. So, but okay. On the ship. Okay. So. Okay, there's that data. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have armor value of 7. It cannot be damaged at all at long range by its own gun. But it would be okay at 7. Yeah, at no range between 6 cables and 10 cables. half damage between 1 and 5 cables. Also, armor value of 11 means 0 damage at any range against a 6-inch gun. So at 6, there'll be half damage at all ranges. So the question is, do you want to go with half damage at short range and 0 damage at long range? We're going to take half damage at all ranges. Okay. What are the calculations for armor? Okay. Belt is value at 7. Belt type. Full. So The armor build of a ship protects the waterline. Either entire waterline may be okay. The weight of a full belt is equal to its armor value 7 times the hull size 4. That's 28 times 30. 28 times 30. That's 56. 560 tons. Then we go with deck armor. Value. All size. Deck weight. That's 50. Larger ships, the weight of an armor deck is hull size times armor, 28 times 50. 28 times 5, that's 4, 10, 140, another 0, 1,400 tons. Next is what? Battery armor. Value 7. All size 4. Turret 0. Maximum is 4. Come on. Total of 8. The actual size is 2. Guns is 4. Battery weight is what? Let's go with this. So how does this look? Battery, armored battery. Battery is part of that. Okay, some ships are other types. The weight of the armored battery is equal to the battery size, 2, times the armor value, 7, that's 14, multiplied by 50. 14 times 5 is 60, plus 0 is 600 tons. Wait. 14 times 5, 20. That's 700 tons. I was thinking 12. Okay, bulkhead armor. Value 7. All size 4. Bulkhead weight. Bulkhead is equal to the hull size times armor. Hull size 4 times 7, that's 28 times 10. That's 280 tons. So we have 065, 0041, 007, 082. So your total armor weight is 2,940 tons. So the non-propulsion system, wait, so that would mean 30. $3,500 tons. The size of the bunker times 10 is its weight. Multiply the bunker size. Okay. E is 10 times BS, which is, okay, if the engine is 3, the BS is 6. 10 times 6 is 60, divided by 3 is 20 days. So if we do that, okay, so we had 60, 0, 3, 6, 3, okay, first of all, that's 3, okay, engine size 3 would not be sufficient. So we have to go with engine size 4. Let's do this. Okay, okay, you see how this is arranged? I'm reorganizing that. Because what we need to do is figure out the ship weight minus the propulsion system, minus the engines, and minus the coal bunker. That is a given. And then we're trying to modify the engine size and the coal bunker size to get into the mass for the PWs. So this data has to be rearranged. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rearrange it. So, engine is gone. Coal bunker is gone. So now you have total armor weight. Which is 2,940 tons. We have armament weight. Seven 700 tons. And subtotal weight. Okay. There's the change that I made. Now, so we have so we need in size 4,000. Which is 40 tons. And we need a coal bunker of 8, which is 80 tons. Zero, 8, 6, 3, 0, 6, 7, 3. Okay, so that 250, whatever. So that is a PW1 point something, which is all okay. If I knock this down to 7, to get an even tonnage here. Even for mass, W2750. Four, 5. So that would be mass of 15. So that would be so 4 divided by 15. That's 12. 30, that's 7, that's 28. So that's 3.75 per 1. Yeah. Now what I can also do so I want to have more than, so let's see here. Endurance would be what? That is correct. Endurance equals BS times 10 divided by ES. BS is 70. Divided by 3. That's 2. No correction, that's 4. That's 1, that's 30. 7, that's 28. That's 17.5 days. Okay, 3, 6, 40. PW2. Okay, let's keep it at that. That's 29 divided by 2, that's 14.5. And we're at 15, so that's good. Okay, so those are the numbers I'm playing with. And we are at 2 hours and 36 minutes. let's do that. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Oh, that's measurements. That's measurements. Okay. So here's the data that we're going to play with. Mass 15. Ship tonnage is 3,750. Propulsion system engine size 4. Conventional engine weights 40 tons. Engine cost is 4,000. Nope. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, 4,000. Okay, horsepower, what was, four times 1250. Eight, 9, 10, 5,000 HP. Speed is 7 knots. The engine size 4. Ship weight 3,750 tons. What's the PW rating? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Engine by 1,000 divided by 3,570 divided by 4,000. 13750 2500 0 25, that's 8. Nope. Yeah, 8 is 24. 7. I think we're working 0. 35. 49. 51. Nope. 6. 30, 42, 45, 18, 22, 0, 0, 5, 4, 2, yeah. PW is 1.06. Speed 4. Nope. Speed 3. .06 knots. It's knocked down to 7. But that's the, okay. Actually, I should go like 6 knots. And 7 knots. But the technical speed that is 7.06. Wait. No, hold on. I may have done something. I may have done a boo-boo. Once you determine the speed in knots, you can determine the ship's speed divided by 5, rounding fractions down. Oh. That's bad. So it has to be 2 plus E. Okay. I made a major mistake. Okay, so I made a major mistake actually. So it has to be 10 plus. So PW's okay. This has to be 4 or higher. Okay. So, that was all messed up. So, let's see here. Oh. So we round up to 4,000. The engine has to be at least 16. So the engine has to be 16, which is 160 tons. Zero zero 8, comma 3 times 2, which is 32. No. 320 tons. 0, 3 2 0 0 2 1 4 knock out 12 tons to get to this 4,000. Wait. Okay, so 4,000 divided by 250. Well, that's okay. So now look at 4,000 tons. Four thousand divided by 250. Let's do that. Wait, 250 times 4 is 1,000. Times 4 is 16. And that's a 4-to-1 ratio, which is good. Okay. Horsepower is 16. Size. That is now 160 tons. And that's 16,000. Engine size 16. That is 4.0. Speed is 6. 10.00. Ten knots. Okay, coal bunker size 20, 200 tons. Engine size 16. That is not good. $200 divided by, yeah. Oh. That's 4. That's 232. That's 8. That's 5. So, yeah. 12.5 days. Total weight 2,900 tons, 2,940 tons. Add 2 zeros to that, that's 294,000. Seven. Okay, no, that's not it. 560 tons. R7. Deck weight is what? 1,400 tons. Oops. Seven. Battery weight is what? 700 tons. Ironclad is what? 280 tons. Yeah. Okay, times 10. That would be, yeah. Times 10, yeah. Okay, and no turrets. Okay. Now the way I would do this, zero, 6, 9, 4, 0, 7, 0, 0, 0, 6, 6, 2, 0, 2, 8, 0, 0, 4, 9, 2, and then this is so 0, 0, 0, 0. And again is 0, 1, 6, 0, 0. Coal bunker is 200 tons, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 6, 3, 3. So that's 3,300 tons. $3,300, 004, 3, 005, 3, 006, 3, 007, 3. How did I get my numbers wrong? $360. That's 3, that's correct. No. The armament, okay. The armament weight is 6 because there's only 6 guns on there, not 7. Zero 7. 9. So we go with 21. No. All right. We go with 30. That's 16. So the endurance is 16 divided by 30. Divided by 300. That's 1, that's 16. 1440. 9, 8. 40. 8 plus 2 is 12. That's 20. That's 1. Wait, that's correct. That is not right. So 14. 16 plus 14. Carry to 0. Nine. Okay, so this would be 19. 54. What the hell? That's 12. So it should be distant. Oh, 128. Okay. So that instead of 12, it's again another 12. Okay, and then it's just 2, yeah, 8, 8 repeating. So which is 18.88 days. Okay. Core bunker size 30. tons. 18.88 days. Let's just go 18.8 because it's auto repeating. So that's 300. That's 460, 043. And then we come back here. Nope. And that's the Ironclad. That is the Attacker.